Hey traders, and welcome back to IFX Success. And we're gonna go over again just a little bit more in detail again the strategy here that we're going to be using based on the 4-hour time frame, and then looking for entries on a smaller time frame, whether it's the 5-minute or 15 minutes. So again, what are we looking for in here is that we're making sure that we get a order block, or actually a breaker closed block already, that is going in our direction. So here we have a bullish order block, and what this means is that then now what we do is we move down to a smaller time frame, because the bullish order block is telling us that the market has shifted in structure. Now that is, you can tell the market was in a downtrend, was coming down, and then now what it's doing is, see here we had a bearish order block, and then we had here a couple of entries where the market will this was pretty much the best entry that we could have gotten. The market retraced it back to our selling zone, and the market retraced back again really close to our selling zone, and then it came back down again. Now finally we have here a bullish order block, which is letting us know that now the market is possibly shifting in structure, and then now is what it could be doing is could be going up in here, maybe closer to this high, or maybe higher than this. But at least I don't, we're not really aiming all the way up here, but what we're doing is now that we go down to a smaller time frame and look for an entry. So right over here, what I did is I got an alert for a 5-minute bullish breaker. So what we're doing is we're looking for entries that are going in the same direction of the breaker on 4 hours. Okay, so since this is a bullish breaker, now what I did is I entered right over here. And one of the other thing that was going my way is that right over here we have the 4-hour candle and we have the daily candle, right? So to me, this is like thumbs up if I enter on a trade that I'm going in the same direction of these two candles. If they happen to be going in the same direction, that's like really thumbs up. Like, I have no worries that this trade is gonna go against me. Yeah, anything can happen and the market can turn around anytime, but at least I have more peace of mind that this trade is gonna go my way. So if you don't like 5 minutes, then all you could have done is waited for 15 minutes. So right here on 15 minutes, we have an actual order block, which is an open box that has not closed yet. Okay, so if you say, I really like only to enter based on 15 minutes, then of course you would have not entered or not got an alert yet, and you would just wait until a candle closes right above this order block, and then you will look for an entry either for a small retracement and then keep on going higher. Fortunately, this order block is kind of far away from my low. I like order blocks that are closer to my low in order for me to enter. So you can tell right now the market is retracing back, and then possibly, so this acts as a resistance. So possibly it could turn around. Like I said, just because we have an order block in 4 hours, it doesn't mean that the market is going to keep on going higher. It could possibly just turn around and then come back lower to test this area, which is a buying zone area, and then eventually keep on going higher. So that's one possible option. I had a chance to get out over here where the market hit this mid-level on the dailies. This is the daily mid-level, which is very important, because the market usually retraces back to the mid-level and then keep on going into that direction where it was going, right? So right now the daily candle is below, obviously, the daily level, right? So it's possible that it could turn around against me like quicker more than anything, right? So if I'm above it, the trade could will be working better. So I am still going to hold on this trade a little bit. Like I said, I had a chance to get out over here. Just, this would have been a quick scalping trade. So what is one possible thing is that the market could come back and test this area, this is called a buying zone area. So it could possibly come back in here to eventually keep on going higher. Remember, the market goes up in waves. So one possible thing that it could be doing right now is just be doing this. So when you enter a trade and it goes against you, just don't freak out. It could be possibly be doing this to eventually keep on going higher, right? So this is what the market does. It's not gonna go on a straight line. You know, sometimes it does happen, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. It's not gonna go just like that. It's gonna give you some up and down moves. So hit right over here, it can come back down to this buying zone, and then eventually maybe come back here to this area or to the IPLs. So what are the IPLs? Those are the institutional price levels. Those are like support and resistance, like hidden support and resistance levels that are really strong. And the ones that are the strongest are the 500 or the 50, depending on the pair that you're looking at. Like right over here, it says 0.9500. This is a really strong level, and then the 00 is another strong level. So we have the institutional price levels will be the 00, or if you call just 00, 200 or the 20, 50 or 500, 80 or 800. So those are the four main ones that you can expect to see, and the market actually would react on those levels. So right over here we have the 500. I'm just gonna kind of go back a little bit, and the market has been, if you can tell right over here, the market kind of hit it, and then it retraced back to lower levels, right? So right over here at the bottom we have the 200 levels. So just right now, if you can tell on the higher time frame right here on the right hand side, the market is in between the 500 and the 200 level. You can tell it's just right in between those two levels. So possibly it could finally break through the 500 and keep on going higher. So just please keep in mind these levels. I included them. It will draw automatically on with the auto block indicator, so we don't forget and we don't keep drawing them. So it's just there for you automatically, so that is a reminder, hey, this is a nice level. So sometimes what I do is that to me those are times that I take profit, my take profits. Okay, so like right over here I have a take profit, but this could be like a one take profit. I do just a little bit below the level, and then that is exactly what it does. So on yesterday we had like a euro dollar trade. I'm gonna open a euro dollar trade, and it pretty much hit that 500 level like to a T, and then it just pretty much reversed. So let's take a look at here. This is euro dollar, and there was a breaker right over here which I entered, and the market came back down, and this is the 500 level. So if you can see right here on the right hand side, this is the 500 level. We just had an alert over here, we're gonna ignore that. And so we had a breaker over here on the 15-minute euro dollar, and obviously it worked out very nice, and it hit that. I put in my take profit in here, and it took it like 40 pips on that, and then it went a little bit lower and it stayed in here, and then after that it went up, and then now it's running also in between the 800 level and the 500 levels, right in between those two levels. So they are very important, those IPLs, so that's why I included it with the indicator, so it's much easier for us to just quickly see it, so we don't have to keep drawing them, because we do forget, we have so many things to worry about, pairs and this and that, what's the trend, so that we forget them, and that way we don't have to keep to draw them automatically. So why was this entry good on euro dollar? Well, euro dollar actually has been on an uptrend, like a really strong uptrend lately. So what I did is that I took a look in here under the 1 hour, because if we go to the 4 hours, actually we had a breaker retest. So this is the 4 hours, and this was yesterday. So the market retested this zone right over here. This is a selling zone, right, from the breaker to the high of this candle, and the market pretty much pretty much got really to this high of this candle, and then it retraced right after that. So I entered based on the 4 hour breaker. So again, we're looking, if we have we're following the strategy, we go with the 4 hour breakers, especially fresh breakers, small, when it does the first test. Sometimes multiple tests don't work as much, but this was the first breaker retest, and we had this drop over here, but unfortunately the 500 level kind of like stopped it, like like hard break. So this was like a hard break right here. But you know, on if I just put in here on 15 minutes, this was the entry. If we just go back and just color this differently, if I just go back to 15 minutes, that was my entry on the order block, right? So this was the breaker on 15 minutes, going based on the 4-hour breaker retest. And the dashboard obviously is going to give us that, you know, that where we are in a zone, we will be able to tell if we are on a breaker retest. So right over here, euro dollar is again on a 4-hour zone, which is a selling zone. So we have a couple of pairs. Right over here, we have also on a 1-hour and 4-hour zones. We have here a bullish zone, a selling zone, but those are good to take a look at. But again, we want to really look for entries that at least 4-hour candle is going in our direction. So if I want to sell, like, let's say euro dollar at this moment, everything says bearish, we are in the zone. But if my 4-hour and daily candle are bullish, I'm just going to ignore that, or I'm only going to wait until I get a 4-hour candle, or hopefully, you know, both candles are going my direction. But if anything, I would just go with the 4-hour, keeping in mind that everything else is bearish. So I'm like, okay, I'll give that a try, right? So that's pretty much it. You know, just always read the dashboard from right to left and pretty much go based, this would be your first criteria, and then you will go down to your left just to see what is going on and then what would you like to happen. So always tell yourself, hey, I would like to see on dollar CAD, I would like to see a bearish breaker, whether in 1 hour or maybe 4 hours or 15 minutes, and then I will enter on that. Why? Because hey, I'm going with the 4-hour and daily candle. Of course, right here, if you want to go based on, you see the 4-hour breaker is bullish, and when we go here to our 4-hour zone, we are pretty much in the zone on dollar CAD, right? So this means like we would like to buy. So then I'm like, you know what? We are in the zone in 1 hour, really close, only 22 pips away, which is nothing. And here we are in the zone. So this is more or less a buying opportunity. So all I have to do is wait for a bullish breaker to happen in 15 minutes. And then since I see both of them are bearish, then I would just wait for our candle to go in my direction. So that's pretty much it. So you have to talk to yourself and say, okay, what am I looking for? What is the highest, what is the reason for me to actually enter on this trade? So that is what I do every day, and that is how I'm able to actually get positive pips. I'm doing the FTMO challenge, which is the beginning of the year, and I really don't want to be risking too much right now. So I'm taking it slow. There's really no rush for me to, pass on this thing. But I just want to show you that on history right over here, this was just a couple of trades I did today, just, in and out trades, not too much. And I'm just keeping it simple, really entering with few lots, just kind of getting used to for the new year, kind of see what is going on. But I have no rush. I mean, people think that this is a competition. Oh, how many days did it take you to pass? I mean, this is a trading lifestyle. You don't need to have a competition with others because one person passed it in 5 days or 10 days, then you want to do the same thing. I mean, this is trading lifestyle, and then all you have to do is trade every day. Normally, look for the right entries, and then that's it. This is a challenge but not a competition. Okay, so just please take it easy. If you're doing the FTMO challenge, just don't follow the crowd of, hey, I passed it in 3 days. I mean, you don't even pass it in 3 days, because this is a 3-month challenge, and this is a lifestyle. This is not like, oh, you made the money and then what? Are you going to trade only 10 days or 3 days out of the month because that's it? So I mean, I just want to it's just funny out there, people just trying to do this, and then they ask you, oh, how long did it take you to pass? But anyways, this is a lifestyle that you have to trade every day to make money. And of course, there will be days that you will make money, that you try to make it slim, try to not to have too many losses. But at least with this, you know, you're gonna be able to answer yourself your own question. You know, ask yourself the question and then say, like, let's say here, you know, what I really want to go bearish on here on gold. I mean, I did enter on a small scalping entry on gold today, selling, but you know, this is like was risky. That was a really risky trade. But what I really want you to, you know is that why would you want to enter against a big trend, right? And if you do, please, you know, get in and get out, more like scalping. And then when you go with the daily and 4-hour candle and higher breakers, you know, trends, then you will be able to hold that trade for a longer period of time, whether it's 3 to 4 hours and 5 hours or even the next day, because you know that you're going with a nice trend. So you just want to cut it here. And please, you know, join the Telegram channel. I'm gonna put in the link below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and thank you again for watching.